Rey. A nobody scavenger? A Palpatine? Or a Skywalker? Rey has generated a wide range of emotions from the fanbase. Some love her, others hate her. And today, I would like to focus on those who dislike Rey with the claim that she has no character development throughout her story. Now, at face value, this could seem like a fair point. She starts her journey as a kind and compassionate person, and she ends her story as a kind and compassionate person. But that's sort of an oversimplification of her character. It would be no different than saying the same thing about Luke. I mean, really, what changes personality-wise about him from A New Hope to Return of the Jedi? In fact, one of the claims made by people who disliked The Last Jedi is due to the change in Luke's personality, because they say Luke would never have just given up. He's always been an optimistic character, despite the fact that that statement is entirely wrong, and I'll happily talk about it in a future breakdown of Luke's character. But that statement by default means that Luke's character never changed if he's always been an optimistic character, which he wasn't. Anyway, the point is, did Rey's character change? Did she develop? Well, as far as the claim goes, the exact definition of character development is as follows. In fiction writing, character development is the process of building a unique, three-dimensional character with depth, personality, and clear motivations. Character development can also refer to the changes a character undergoes over the course of their story as a result of their actions or experiences. And with that being the case, I can say with certainty that she does in fact develop as a character. Just because she doesn't fulfill some people's expectations and demands for her character doesn't mean she hasn't developed, and you'll just have to learn to accept that. When we first meet Rey, she's living on her own as a scavenger on Jakku, a Tatooine-like planet with vast deserts that are also littered with the ruined Imperial ships from the final days of the Empire. There she salvages parts from the wrecked ships to trade for food she needs just to make it to the very next day. But, as a recent deal shows, those earnings are becoming less and less fruitful by the day. As she's cleaning some parts, she looks across the table and sees an elderly woman cleaning her own salvage. And it's here where we truly see one of Rey's concerns, what she actually fears. She fears spending her entire life working for scraps and living a life of unimportance. In a lot of ways, Rey mirrors the same desires as Éowyn from Lord of the Rings.
What do you fear, my lady?
A cage. To stay behind bars until use and old age accept them. And all chance of valor has gone beyond recall or desire.
Rey is desperate to live a life of importance. She believes her parents who had abandoned her on Jakku would one day return and whisk her off to bigger and better things. She even claims she is a person of importance to BB-8, while, yes, in a sarcastic tone, but it's still a clear show of her desires. If you need more proof than that, she even tells Luke exactly that when she's asked this very question.
I need someone to show me my place in all this. And you didn't fail Kylo. Kylo failed you.
Now this is an important part of her character arc. She's a person wishing for bigger and better things in her life, and now she wants someone, anyone, to show her what or where that place is, especially if it's one of her childhood heroes. But if you pay attention, neither Han, Luke, or Leia ever give her that place. Sure, they offer her direction, but they never directly tell her what that place is. And that's because this mindset she has is wrong. Her desire for someone else to show her her place is wrong. And as we follow her story, this is what she comes to understand for herself. In fact, the only people who are willing to show her her place are the bad guys, Kylo and Palpatine. One offers her a place at his side as the new rulers of the galaxy. The other expects her to accept her heritage and assume the mantle of Empress of the Galaxy, all for the low sacrificial cost of her own morality and soul. And at her darkest moment, when she's willing to give up and submit to Palpatine's desires and accept his place for her, is when she's shown the truth. when she feels Ben Solo's presence through the Force who's come to aid her. Before, no one except Rey believed Kylo could be turned back to the light. Hell, he turned to the dark side specifically because of people trying to show him his place by either expecting him to be the next great Jedi or a Dark Lord like Vader. But Rey, despite people telling her he can't be saved and his place is set, is convinced she can bring Ben back to the light. And when the time came, he risked everything to defend and protect her the same way she did for him. However, her confidence in his turn back to the light is broken when he assumes the leadership of the First Order and wishes to continue in his evil ways, which causes Rey to abandon trying to redeem him at first. However, when she feels Ben has turned back to the light, she understands the important lesson that reshapes her understanding. No one is responsible for showing us our place in the galaxy except ourselves. Ben chose his place in the light, despite everyone giving up on bringing him back, which showed Rey she still had the choice to resist Palpatine and reject his offer of everything she technically wanted at the start of her story. It's why she goes from being willing to give up everything for the sake of saving her friends to being willing to fight on to the very end. And that's why at the end of her story, I really personally liked she took on the Skywalker name, as it was the name of the family who showed her this truth through their own actions. This, I think, is an important lesson more than most others that we see in film. Life, even people, tend to demand and expect a lot from us, telling us what to do, where to go, and how to live, but having the courage to be who you are, rise above the restrictions and expectations others might set for you, and forge your own path in life is something rare. And that's what I love so much about Rey as a character. She embodies just that with true optimism and kindness to those she meets along the way. Anyway, that's today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more, please give me a subscribe. If you would like to help my channel out, give me a like and maybe share my video with another person that you think would enjoy watching this. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.